What I'm about to share today is something that left the entire golf world in shock. And listen carefully. If you don't stay until the very end, you'll miss the real twist behind this story. Because when Tiger Woods finally revealed the truth about his car accident, it wasn't just a statement. It was something that changed how fans looked at him forever. Tiger Woods has always been more than a golfer. He's an icon, a legend, and for decades he has carried the sport on his shoulders. But in 2021, when news broke about his horrifying car crash in California, fans were terrified. The images of his wrecked vehicle went viral, and questions about his career, and even his life, spread like wildfire. At that moment, the only thing people wanted to know was, would Tiger ever return to golf again? But what nobody expected was the revelation that Tiger himself would later share. When Tiger finally spoke about what really happened, the entire narrative flipped. Fans who thought they knew the full story suddenly realized they didn't. His words carried a weight that made everyone stop and rethink everything about that day. Social media lit up instantly. Hashtags, debates, and endless speculation filled the internet. Commentators who had already written his career off were suddenly speechless, because Tiger wasn't just talking about survival. He was hinting at something far deeper. The shocking part wasn't just the accident itself, but the way Tiger explained what he went through physically and mentally. The honesty, the raw emotion. It made people realize that this wasn't just about golf anymore. This was about a man who faced the edge of everything he had built, and somehow found a way to stand again. And that revelation? It stunned every single golf fan around the world. After Tiger Woods' shocking revelation, the reaction from fans and the golf community was immediate and intense. People couldn't stop talking about it, and for good reason. Here was a man who had faced not just a career-threatening accident, but a life-altering moment, and he had the courage to share every detail. What made it even more compelling was how casually he revealed the most intense parts of the accident, almost as if he had survived a nightmare and decided it was time to let the world in. The media went into overdrive, breaking down every part of his statement. Analysts debated what his injuries meant for his future, while fans expressed both concern and admiration. But beyond the headlines, there was a deeper story, Tiger's mental and emotional journey. He opened up about the fear he felt in those first moments after the crash, the struggle to even envision walking again, and the determination that kept him moving forward. It was a side of Tiger Woods that the public rarely saw, and it completely changed the narrative. Social media, as expected, exploded. Fans shared messages of support and disbelief, while others tried to piece together exactly what happened. Every post, video clip, and comment carried a mix of shock, respect, and curiosity. People began to see Tiger not just as the legend who dominated golf for decades, but as a human being who had faced a terrifying ordeal and survived. But here's the twist. Tiger hinted at future plans that nobody saw coming. While fans assumed his career might be over, his words suggested that the story wasn't finished. There was still more to come, and that's what kept everyone glued to every update. The anticipation for his next move became almost unbearable, because if Tiger Woods was back, it wouldn't just be a return, it would be a statement. The intensity of Tiger Woods' revelation didn't just fade with time, it grew. Fans began to dissect every word he said about the accident, trying to understand the depth of what he endured. What made this story so gripping wasn't just the physical injuries, but the mental and emotional toll. Tiger described moments where he wasn't sure if he could ever walk again, let alone play golf at a professional level. And yet, there was a spark in his words, a hint of resilience that immediately captured everyone's attention. Golf commentators and analysts couldn't stop replaying parts of his interview. Some were astonished by his honesty, while others were inspired by the sheer determination he displayed. Tiger had always been known for his competitive spirit, but now fans saw a different side, a side that struggled, feared, and almost gave up, yet refused to quit. That raw humanity made the entire revelation even more impactful, because it reminded everyone that even legends face moments of vulnerability. The social media reaction was equally intense. Every post, clip, and article seemed to amplify the shock and admiration. Fans from all over the world shared their support, creating a wave of messages that celebrated Tiger not just as a golfer, but as a survivor. The narrative had shifted. This wasn't just a story about an accident. It was about perseverance, courage, and an unbreakable will. And here comes the twist that truly hooked everyone. Tiger hinted that his comeback wasn't just about returning to golf. It was about redefining what was possible for him, physically and mentally. The idea that he might step back onto the course and compete at a high level, despite everything, sent waves of excitement and disbelief across the sports world. People couldn't wait to see what would happen next, and every update became a must-watch moment. As the dust began to settle after Tiger Woods' revelation, fans started realizing the true scale of his journey. The accident wasn't just another chapter in his career. It was the kind of moment that could have ended everything. The images of the crash, the details of his injuries, and his own words about the fear he faced painted a picture so raw that even casual sports fans were stunned. But what separated Tiger from anyone else was the way he turned tragedy into determination. He spoke about the endless hours of rehabilitation, the painful process of relearning even the simplest movements, and the constant question of whether he'd ever compete again. For most athletes, this would have been the end. But for Tiger, it became fuel. His voice carried a mix of pain and pride, as if he wanted people to know that while the accident nearly broke him, it also reminded him of who he truly was, a fighter. Fans clung to every update. Whenever Tiger was spotted at a golf course, even just walking with a limp, the internet went wild. Each appearance became a symbol of hope, proof that he was still pushing forward. It wasn't just golf enthusiasts anymore. The entire sports world was watching closely. Everyone wanted to see if he could really defy the odds. And then came the statement that turned everything upside down again. Tiger didn't just hint at returning to golf. He promised he would. The confidence in his tone sent chills through fans worldwide. This wasn't just about playing a few rounds. This was about proving that nothing, not even a near-fatal accident, could stop him. The anticipation skyrocketed, and fans knew they were about to witness one of the most legendary comebacks in sports history. When Tiger Woods finally stepped back into the spotlight after his accident, it felt like the entire world was holding its breath. This wasn't just about golf anymore. It was about witnessing a man defy the impossible. His revelation about the accident had already shocked fans, but his return brought an entirely new layer of drama and inspiration. The crowd's energy, the cameras flashing, and the anticipation in the air made it clear. This was bigger than a comeback. This was history being written. Tiger walked onto the course with determination in his eyes. Every step was a reminder of the battle he had fought just to be there. Fans weren't just watching a golfer take his swing. They were watching a survivor reclaim his identity. The moment he hit his first shot back, cheers erupted across the course and around the world. It wasn't about whether he won or lost that day. It was about proving that he still belonged, that the accident hadn't taken away his spirit. Analysts called it one of the greatest comebacks in sports. Social media once again erupted, but this time the tone was different. It was filled with admiration, respect, and pure celebration. Memes turned into tributes, debates turned into applause, and fans who had doubted him admitted they had underestimated the power of Tiger Woods. The real twist? Tiger didn't just return. He competed with the same fire he had always carried. He showed flashes of the champion that once dominated golf, and that was enough to remind everyone why he was considered a legend in the first place. His journey from that devastating crash to standing tall on the course became a story of hope, resilience, and greatness. And for golf fans, it wasn't just shocking, it was unforgettable.